It's a missing persons case that has remained unsolved for 30 years. What happened to 4-year-old DeJuan Sims?
His mother, Dewana Harris, told police they went to Wonderland Mall in Livonia. She said the boy was by her side one moment and gone the next. Well, Pamela Osborne talked to investigators and went through our archives to take a look back at that cold case.
I was 8 years old when DeJuan disappeared, living just a couple of towns over from Livonia, the last place he was reportedly seen alive. I remember the sense of fear and urgency surrounding the disappearance of this little boy, who to this day has never been found. His face, his story, familiar to so many here in Southeast Michigan, all these years later.
DeJuan is of average height and weight for a 4-year-old.
His disappearance triggering a massive, exhaustive search.
We were looking in different areas of Detroit, Livonia.
It was here at the Wonderland Mall in Livonia where DeJuan's mother first reported him missing.
Mother was shopping at Target yesterday about 2 o'clock. She left Target to go into the main mall area, and she says that her boy disappeared at that time.
Livonia Police Captain Greg Yon was part of that search.
Well, I remember, getting called into work.
As they retraced DeJuan Harris's steps that December day, they found themselves with more questions than answers.
The entrance that she decided that she was telling us that she walked into, we never had her walking into that entrance with him ever on that video, which led us to believe that something different had happened than what she was reporting to us.
There was something else about those surveillance tapes that stood out. According to the captain, the way DeJuan moved through that mall with the security guard who helped search for DeJuan seemed off.
The video footage of her walking throughout the mall, walking with what I recall to see at one point was a security officer, and he's questioning people because she's not engaged with the officer. She's basically looking at stuff on the shelf. Your sixth sense kicks in and says, this isn't right.
Minutes turned to hours, hours into days.
The big story at 6, where is DeJuan Sims? The search continues this morning for the 4-year-old boy who disappeared from a Livonia mall on Sunday. He's been missing now for 2 days, and police wonder how DeJuan could have disappeared from the mall without anyone seeing him.
DeJuan's disappearance led every newscast.
Evidence that we have from the tapes would indicate that DeJuan Sims was not at the mall.
What I'm hoping is that somebody may have ran across my child. The type of child that he is, he's very friendly, and they're just using him for company right now.
A $5,000 reward for information was offered. And a 24-hour tip line was set up as detectives expanded their search closer to DeJuan's home in Detroit.
The search for DeJuan shifts today to vacant buildings, fields, and trash dumpsters in northwest Detroit.
DeJuan's story never changed, but it didn't appear to hold up either.
Sources do tell News 4 the mother of DeJuan Sims, Dewana Harris, did take a lie detector test, and she flunked it.
There would be 2 failed polygraph tests, reported sightings, and an anonymous letter.
And then there was this letter sent a month ago from someone claiming DeJuan was killed and his body placed in a dumpster.
Every lead was followed, and each time police were no closer to finding DeJuan. His case went cold until 2019, when a man walked into the Livonia police station believing he might be DeJuan Sims.
This past Wednesday, a man walks into here, the Livonia Police Department, telling them, "I am DeJuan Sims."
A blood test later confirmed he was not DeJuan. And a year later, in 2020, DeWanna Higgins, who married, moved away, and had more children, died of a heart attack.
Do you still feel to this day that DeWanna Sims knew what happened to DeJuan?
Yes, I do.
Captain Yan still believes someone is sitting on information that could give DeJuan and all those who loved him and searched for him some closure.
The hopes at this time is, as time passes, you hope that somebody has heard or knows something about this case from 30 years ago, and that somebody with a heart that, knows what really happened would come forth and call our department and, give us some information that we could follow up on and hopefully bring the case to a resolution.
DeWanna was never charged with any wrongdoing in the disappearance of her son. I did contact DeWan's father. He and DeWanna were not together at the time of their son's disappearance. I did not hear back. But as you heard, Livonia police do believe someone has to know what happened to DeWan. And if you do, they'd like to hear from you. The number to call is 734-466-24.